In the remote highlands of northern Ethiopia, where ancient monasteries sit high on cliffsides, something remarkable was uncovered in late 2023. Historians found a manuscript in the monastery of Gunda Gunde that challenges nearly 1,700 years of established biblical history. The manuscript is written in Ge'ez, the ancient liturgical language of Ethiopia, and has been carbon dated to between the 4th and 5th century CE. It contains teachings attributed to Jesus that are not found in any known Bible. The discovery was made by Dr. Alamayo Habte, a paleographer from Addis Ababa University. After years of cataloging manuscripts in remote monasteries, he came across a leather satchel containing a well-preserved parchment codex. The dry highlands and stone monastery walls had protected it for centuries. According to the manuscript's introduction, it contains Jesus' final private teachings to his closest disciples, words spoken in the hours before his arrest in Gethsemane. Not public sermons, but intimate instructions given in secret. Ethiopia is unique in Christian history. Its monasteries survived untouched by many of the wars, fires, and political conflicts that destroyed libraries across Europe and the Middle East. Its geographic isolation allowed ancient Christian traditions and manuscripts to remain preserved long after they disappeared elsewhere. Linguistic experts, including Dr. Ephraim Isaac, confirm that the writing style and language patterns are consistent with early Christian manuscripts. Chemical ink testing, carbon dating, and paleographic comparisons all confirm the manuscript is authentic and ancient, not a forgery. However, the question remains, are these the actual words of Jesus or the teachings of an early Christian community? Modern scholars note that the same question applies to the canonical Gospels themselves, which were written decades after Jesus' lifetime and not by eyewitnesses. The manuscript is structured as a dialogue. Jesus speaks, his disciples ask questions, and he responds. Mary Magdalene is mentioned frequently, not just present, but taking an active role in the discussion. At one point, Jesus calls her the one who understands. This aligns with other early Christian texts that described Mary Magdalene as a primary disciple, before later traditions diminished her role. The manuscript focuses on a central theme. The kingdom of God is not external, it is within. Jesus teaches that every human carries a divine spark, a fragment of God's own nature. The manuscript says, "You search for God in temples and rituals, but the one you seek is already within you." The kingdom is not a place you travel to. It is a truth you awaken to. This aligns with certain passages in the canonical Gospels, such as Luke 17:21. The kingdom of God is within you. But while this idea appears briefly in the Bible, the Ethiopian manuscript elaborates on it extensively. It emphasizes inner transformation over external religious authority.
In the centuries after Jesus, various Christian groups held differing beliefs. The version of Christianity preserved in Ethiopia developed separately from the Roman and Byzantine churches. Because Ethiopian monasteries were geographically isolated, they preserved texts and traditions that were later suppressed or destroyed elsewhere. For centuries, these words were copied by monks, protected from war and political power. Now, with modern scholarship and digitization, these hidden teachings are emerging into the world again. The manuscript suggests a version of Christianity centered on personal spiritual awakening rather than institutional control. A vision of faith built on inner transformation, understanding, and the divine presence within every human soul. Like, share, and subscribe for more.